Alright, what's up guys? NinjaDeathStrike here, bringing you my first reintroduction into competitive battling, playing on Pokemon Showdown. And before we do anything, I kind of want to introduce you guys to what's going on, let you know, I don't know, just some stuff, and then we'll get into the battle in just a second. So, before I quit competitive battling many months ago, UU was generally my best tier. I felt like I had the best grasp of what was going on, so when I decided to get back into it, I figured it was as good a place as any to start. Definitely am not as good as I used to be. I played some today, and I lost a lot. Still trying to work on my team, but yeah, not as good as I used to be, and I just don't know, I don't know how fast stuff is. I don't know sets like I used to, so I got surprised quite a few times and then lost. But anyhow, it's been fun, and that's the important part. So for this battle, I am actually up here. These are my guys. I will be on the top. That will be confusing for both you and me. I'm sure I'll get confused, but that's how it happened. My avatar right now apparently is Dawn, because I didn't bother to change it. I have it set to the Shadow Triad guy now, but if you'd like to see a particular avatar, please leave it in the comments. I don't really care. I'll go ahead and add it in. So anyhow, here's the teams. My opponent has a kind of rock thing going on, except Nidoking. He's ground. The rest is mono rock, so that's kind of weird. And I just have a bunch of guys that I put together. I don't know how to make a UU team without Rotom Heat. So he's there. Crobat is one of my favorite things ever in UU, and then the rest of the guys just kind of filled in. The team definitely needs some more work. This is a very premature version of it. But without further ado, let's get into the battle. So he is going to lead with Nidoking. I'm going to lead with Biff the Blastoise, and I decide I can probably survive a Thunderbolt even with the Sheer Force, so I just go for the Scald, get the Lucky Burn, and end up taking him out. Archeops comes in, and I just go to HAL 9000, the Registeel, because I'm fairly confident in his ability to tank hits. Registeel kind of sucks. Seems like he never does anything for me, so I'm thinking about switching him out, but he's in it for this battle, and he actually does some good. He manages to paralyze Archeops, and then he's fully paralyzed for a few turns, and that's good for me. Lets me get him into Defeatist and then take him out from there. Armaldo comes in, sets up a Swords Dance. I'm not too worried about that because I paralyzed it. I think it can get Aqua Jet, but Shaman will be able to take it out regardless. Even at +6, I don't think Aqua Jet would be enough to kill Shaman, so I just let him do what he wants while I Death Fodder Registeel, bring in Pop-Tarts, trick him a Choice Scarf so that he's super useless now, and then he gets paralyzed, which allows me to Volt Switch out and go back into Biff, who is just going to be Death Fodder. At this point, I get a free switch into Shaman, and since he is Scarfed, he's paralyzed and locked into Stone Edge, I'm just going to sub, wait for him to either miss or be fully paralyzed, and there it is. Which puts me in great position because Roly-Poly the Shaman is now safely behind a sub and is going to be able to wreak some havoc. So Bastiodon comes in, gets up Stealth Rocks, kind of annoying since Biff's dead. I can't spin them away, but Bastiodon does not threaten me at all. And so I just Seed Flare it. I don't have to worry about Metal Burst because I'm behind the sub. And yeah, Krayley comes in. It can't really touch me. Ancient Power is not even enough to break my sub, rather. And so I'm just gonna slowly and painfully air slash it to death. Now it does break my sub here, and I make a really dumb mistake. I didn't want to be a douche. I could have subbed up again and been behind the sub, but I decided just to go for the air slash. I'm surprised he didn't bring in what's-his-face there, but yeah, I'm tired of sub-stalling, which I could have done, So I switched Shaman out, and that probably ended up costing me the match, but whatever. As you can see, I'm in a really good position. This Kabutops comes in, and it goes for Swords Dance, and then because of the sash, it hangs on, and it's able to get up a Swords Dance and get the speed from what's it called? Whatever it is. So it wasn't a big deal. I go back into Whiskers the Mienshao here and go for the fake out, but it turns out he has Endure, which is brilliant. As soon as I saw that, I knew that I was probably in some pretty big trouble, because the Endure at 1% still activates his what's the weak armor ability. So every time he endures, he gets a speed up, and after the +2, he's just going to be able to outspeed everything. And with the +2 attack, he kills everything as well. So there's nothing I can do. I keep trying to go for the endure, just hoping maybe he'll make a mistake and not use endure and try and take me out with Aqua Jet, but he doesn't do that, and the Kabutops ends up taking out my entire team. So, is this a set? I don't even know. I was not expecting it at all, and he came back from 4 down, I think, in what was a really great match. So, props to Charles Warren for that Kabutops set. Okay, so let's jump into the second battle. On this battle, I am on the bottom of the screen like I should be, and my opponent this time has a much more standard UU team. It feels like to me, I don't know a whole lot about it, but these guys look a lot more standard, and they're pretty threatening. Machamp in particular is going to be a huge pain in the ass just because of Dynamic Punch. It's going to confuse all of the things, and really the only guy I have to take a stab Dynamic Punch is probably Crobat, and he's in danger from a 100% accurate Stone Edge, so that's a problem. On top of that, Raikou, really fast and strong, and then Flygon is a major issue too. I do have Registeel to kind of block the Outrage, but I need to be careful of Earthquake. The other guys aren't too bad. Umbreon, I know I can work around. It's just going to be annoying. Same with Slowbro. I'm not too worried about it. And then Togekiss is annoying if it gets set up, but most of my guys outspeed and threaten it, or can deal with it, so it's really going to be Machamp, Flygon, and Raikou that I need to worry about. So let's go ahead and get into the match. I'm going to lead with Crobatman just because he's really fast and he outspeeds everything, so I wanted to get a first turn U-turn going, but instead he leads with Flygon. Shows me that he's Scarfed right off the bat, which is actually super helpful information for me. I know it's choiced, and I know that it's Scarfed. That is going to make it faster than my entire team, so I need to be careful about how I handle it. But luckily here I'm able to hit it with a huge Seed Flare, take its health down a lot, and really make it a lot more manageable right from the get-go. So this match is crazy just because of the sheer amount of Volt Switching and U-turn that goes on. Volt Switch U-turn is my favorite combo, and it is obviously his as well, because just look, in this, we're on turn 5, and there's only been 2 moves that haven't been Volt Switch or U-turn, so finally things slow down a bit here. Slowbro comes in, it does paralyze me, so I know that it's not the Specs version, and then my champion is going to come in and punch me to death. I just leave Hal in there to die. I don't want anything to get confused. I got Stealth Rocks up, he doesn't have a spinner, and so Hal had served his purpose. After he goes down, I'm able to bring in Crobatman, who takes that thing down like a man, destroys it, and really opens up a hole in his team. So I'm feeling pretty good at this point. Togekiss comes in. I know that it's going to paralyze me, so I just go to Biff. He doesn't mind. I end up roaring Raikou in, and I just have to Death Fodder Biff. I can't switch anything else into that Raikou. I know I'm going to get Volt switched on, and I don't want to give up the switch initiative, so he ends up going into Flygon, who I'm able to take out with a Fake Out, and then, as I said, most of my team outspeeds Togekiss, so I just go ahead, U-turn out into Roly-Poly the Shaman, because I know that Natural Cure is fantastic. It's going to prevent me from getting haxed, and after I absorb the Thunder Wave, switch into Pop-Tarts to threaten it out, and go for a Volt Switch again. So Umbreon comes in now. I'm not sure what it wants to do. Turns out he just switches right back out to Slowbro, who does not take that high jump kick too well. I'm not confident in my ability to KO it though, so I am going to go ahead and U-turn out, go back into Pop-Tarts, which is actually really stupid. I should have gone into Shaman for sure. If he had used Thunder Wave there, it really would have hurt, but luckily he decides to go for Psyshock. As I kill him with a Volt Switch, go back into Whiskers, the Nien Xiao, and able to flinch the Togekiss with a Fake Out, and it's low enough now that I know High Jump Kick is going to take it out. Raikou is going to die to the rocks, and that leaves only Umbreon. I know a lot of them carry Protect here, so we're going to play a little bit of Mind Games. It doesn't really matter at this point because I've got the match on lockdown, but I did out-predict him at the end. Go for U-turn twice, and then jump kick him to take out the Umbreon and end the match. So, really fast-paced match, so much switching. I thought it was a great match. It's the best one I had today, and one of the few where I won. So, that's going to do it for this one. Give me a thumbs up if you guys like the video. Leave comments. I will probably have these coming out fairly regularly because they are very easy, but that's going to do it for now. Thanks for watching, guys.